I do want to talk about the thing that sort of went all around the world, and that was this. That was this. So guys, during that game, we saw Angel Reese try to block Caitlin's shot. She missed. She was pretty off, and she ended up hitting Caitlin in the head. And absolutely, that was you have contact to the head. That's an issue, right? But also, it wasn't intentional. So it was not called a flagrant two. It was called a flagrant one, which I thought was the right call. Right call, flagrant two. That's it, right? Um, and immediately after that happened, I was like, you know what? I was kind of upset because yeah, good call from the refs. That's the right call, but I was like, this is going to start a media firestorm, and I just don't want to. I don't want to deal with it. Like I don't want to see all the crazy takes about Camilla or not Camilla about Angel Reese trying to hurt Caitlin Clark and all this other stuff, and people taking what happened in bad faith. And I'm just like, okay, this is gonna happen. And Angel Reese even said it. She said it in the press conference that y'all gonna blow this thing up, and y'all gonna play this video over and 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 over again. And that's what happened. That is what happened immediately. Actually, before the game was even over, ESPN had pushed the notification out talking about it. We saw it all over X trending. We saw people giving hot takes after hot takes. And at some point, we have to acknowledge what other people are doing, and we just need to turn it off at some point. The amount of takes, the amount of people who are literally feeding their family on blowing this thing up out of proportion is absolutely crazy. And it's just one of those things where it's just like, okay, we gotta figure it out. We gotta get it together, and we have to decide what do we want to get out of the WNBA, and what are we willing to accept from other people, because those takes, those videos, that stuff is going that stuff is going to make a lot of money, get a lot of views, and it's all meant to tear down the WNBA. It's all meant to tear down specific players. And it even got to the point where this guy, Matt Leonard, I do apologize for saying his name wrong, his last name wrong, but this guy, former NFL player, he says Angel Reese should be suspended. Period. Not good for the game. This thing got 9.3 million viewers, people to view that on Twitter. 9.3 million people saw a former quarterback talk about Angel should be suspended because she tried to block a shot, completely missed the she sort of miscalculated. Isabel Harrison ended up blocking the shot, but Angel Reese, she thought she was trying to get a block, miscalculated, ended up hitting Caitlin's head. You can tell in the photo that she is clearly trying to get the block. Her eyes are on the basketball. Her eyes are not on Caitlin Clark. But yet the talk of the town is she should be suspended. Really? Are you serious? Like how they are? It feels like they're trying to put Caitlin Clark in bubble wrap. This is the WNBA, man. Like this is, and if you think this is too tough, wait till you see the Olympics. wait till you see international play. Wait till you see how players play around the country or around the world. Wait till you see. It's just, to me, it bothers me a lot, and I'm just like, at some point, like, y'all got to stop with these crazy takes. at some point, but I don't think it's gonna stop, because people make a lot of money from videos and hot takes and all this other stuff, and the various TV appearances that they have, so they can talk this thing ad nauseum. It makes money. There is an economic incentive for people to do what they are doing when it comes to women's basketball. It's an economic incentive for them to take the worst takes, for them to have the baddest of faith when it comes to talking about some of the stuff, and the rational people, the people who just say, "Hey, here's what happened," and move on. There's no views in that, but there's hundreds of thousands of views, and Angel's horrible. She's trying to attack Caitlin Clark and blah 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 blah. Like at some point, like, and I don't know. It bothers me. It annoys me. But that is where we are in women's basketball. I love the fact that we are growing. I absolutely love the fact that WNBA audiences are growing. But it really does feel like the only reason some people watch Indiana play is to get snippets like this. Snippets like this that they can immediately, once they're looking for something negative to run with. And once they get that, they take it and they go. They take it and they go. Like, and they know what they're doing. They know what they're doing. And so it is sort of is what it is. Sort of is what it is. Booker B, thank you so much for the super chat, says, I personally feel bad for Angel. The media is purposely twisting her words and putting her answers on a whole nother question. It's ridiculous. Yes. They did take, so after the game was over, Angel was answering questions and whatnot. They took Angel's comment about the officials giving Indiana a lot of calls and not giving those same calls to the Sky. They took that and they made it seem like she was talking specifically about Caitlin, and she wasn't. She was talking about as a whole. The way that the officials were calling the game was different for the Indiana Fever and for the Chicago Sky. You can disagree with her take, but it's messed up to take that and to say, oh yeah, it was in relation to the flagrant foul, and it was in relation to Caitlin Clark, when it wasn't. It was about the officiating as a whole, and specifically about how Angel felt like she was getting beat up in the post, and then she felt like if she touched like Melissa Smith or something, she would get a foul call. That's what it was about. It was about Aaliyah Boston, who didn't have any fouls in the game. And Angel Reese was about to get fouled out. That's what it was about. It was about the post play and the fouls called. It had nothing to do with Caitlin Clark, and people, they cut up different clips and then they editorialize it and they spin it into something that it's not. And it's annoying, it's bothersome, but at the end of the day, it is where we are. I love the growth of the game, but I truly feel like some people could care less about the WNBA, could care less about women's basketball. All they are in it for is the clicks and views, and sensationalizing gets you the clicks and views. Yeah, and if that works, that's what they doing. And it sort of is what it is. It's not great, but that's where we are. That is 100% where we are. So yeah, that is pretty interesting. Pretty interesting. Janera says that's ethically dishonest media. Yeah. But that it makes money, and that's what people want to do. On this channel, I'm not doing that. I'm not. I am not going to get nearly close to any of the views that everybody has gotten off of sensationalizing this thing and making it so much bigger than what it is. It's a basketball play. People get knocked in the head. It's not intentional. It's not like anybody's trying to hurt anybody. Guys, remember there was several games ago, maybe a couple weeks ago, the Las Vegas Aces was playing. I forgot who exactly they were playing, but Las Vegas was playing. Asia Wilson got knocked in the head at least 4 or 5 times in that game. There's no, there's no, like there was no conversation about that. There was nobody sort of talking about, there was nobody sort of talking about how she was, some people were trying to hurt her and all this, like that because people realize that that is a part of the game. Sometimes people get hit in the head. It's not on purpose. And if it happens, and the refs can call a flagrant on it. Although I think for Asia Wilson, I don't think they ever called a flagrant. Like I don't think they did. I don't think they did. So yeah, that's the thing. That's the thing. Veronica says, thank you so much for the super chat. Veronica says, even Caitlin Clark said it in the post-game presser that it was a basketball play and that physicality and passion that her and Angel play with is what makes it fun. Yeah, she gets it. I think most women's basketball fans, or I would say most fans in general, get it. But there's outside agitators who don't, or do, but they don't want to.